Everybody, welcome back. I'm rejuvenated and energized from getting a win in an expert challenge. Can you believe it? All right, we got one check mark. How about this? Your units have permadeath and heartless, so they cannot heal. But on the bright side, everything has googly eyes. Let's think about how we want to approach this. I'm thinking more about units, less about anything else. So I feel like melting is a bad choice. Stygian frostbite tank, but it can't heal. So I don't think you want melting or awoken for that matter. So we got Hellhorned Umbra. This is a tough one. I don't think we want to go Hellhorned Alt Champ because the imps are going to get removed from our deck, which means we can't really build around the imp synergy. Default Champ, maybe? I don't know. And then Stygian, I'm like, because if you die, you can come back, but I don't know. Honestly, the Stygian default Champ gets pretty strong. The units can be tanky. And then Umbra, of course, I just love. Because I think Umbra has like some of the best units in the game. But to mix it up, because so we ran Melting Umbra last time, I think we could run Stygian Alt Champ. And either Umbra or Hellhorned. I really like Umbra. We'd probably roll this side of it. Because I'm just going to be honest with you, I feel like the Hellhorned units are not very good. So I think I'll roll Stygian Umbra. I might be wrong about that, by the way, but... Alright, so this is not going to be as easy, for sure. Units cannot heal. This is not really what we're looking for, but maybe this is where we get some value out of Attuned. For the first time in my life, I can actually think about it. You purge debuffs, which makes Frostbite not as good. But that's okay, because we're running Alt Champion. Consume does 30 damage to the front enemy unit. Oh, we do have some discard engines, actually. Or, Consume has a 50% chance not to be removed. I mean... Honestly, I think we want 30 damage to the front enemy unit. Just to... In my head, I'm like, sure, the not being removed is really, really good for playing spells over and over, which is awesome, but at the same time, we need to be able to kill enemies maybe before they can kill our units, because when we lose them forever. I think we're going to go with the damage shard instead of Frostbite Shard, even though Frostbite Shard is insanely great. I worry about the purging of the buffs and debuffs. I don't know if... Like, it still might be better, but I think I'm making a well-reasoned decision, at least. Let's not turn this on. I mean, it seems really hard, honestly. Like, I'm not necessarily confident we're going to be okay, but at least we got the googly eyes. So I can definitely, like, hear me out here. You're dead. You're still dead. However, we're getting, like, mega incants here. You're still dead. You're not dead. That's what we're looking for. Now, we got to find a way to keep you alive again, which is admittedly a little spicy, but this is what all these incants are for to begin with. So that's huge. The Train Stewards are not going to get any value, essentially, but we'll play the... I think we play them both anyway. And then we Frostbite you, so you die and we get the gold. You guys are going to be super weak. We'll get an extra turn to think things over. And we want to summon as many units in front of you as possible. And then we want as many incants up here as possible as well. You can't heal, but you can still get the +4 HP. You guys are both toasted. Then hit the Crypt Builder. We wanted that because it would have given us an extra shard. But so you're taking no damage, which is a pretty bad sign right now. But okay, so now something's happening. Something's happening. We're doing 59 damage to you. I'm obviously not super thrilled with where we stand here, but never mind. You're dead. Get you with one of these. All right. So that's not too bad. It seemed to work okay. Spell Weakness is kind of an interesting choice. It's free, so we get an incant trigger, and it would make attuned, or not attuned, but it would make Crypt Builder do more damage, but I don't know. I kind of feel like having targeted damage is going to matter a little bit for us. And I think having a one-off Mind Collapse is pretty solid as well. I'll take a good Umbra or a good Stygian unit. We only have the choice of Stygian. We really want Frostbite tank. It's not Frostbite tank, but it is a tank. And we want you to tank for our champion, I think. The Rage is not a bad idea, but we got to find a way to keep them alive. Endless is kind of interesting, but I think we much prefer this. And then maybe also, I'm like, no, Endless shouldn't be necessary if we play our cards right. I think it's a reroll. And I was just going to say, we're looking for another Heartstone. That might be a little much. But I really don't want them to die. And if we play our cards right, I mean, we want a unit, but I don't think we can afford the armor 10. I don't think we do enough damage yet. But our next choice would hopefully be something like an Overgorger or a big Umbra unit that could do that. So, alright. So we're looking for something like this. And then we still like this. We want as many incants as possible, because it also gives us the shards. So, we know what we're looking for here. At least we got another incant going off of that. Again, I don't expect this to be incredible to begin with, but the idea is that, like, over time, it might get us there. I'm gonna take the chance. 5-1-1. Honestly, I'm gonna put you right there, dude. Did not work, but that's okay. Tell you, I'm very glad I did not turn on the extra armor. Okay, we're very pleased then. Do we care about this? You got 5 Frostbite. I think we do care. I think we'll do this, and then we'll... You're not supposed to get rid of that one. You're supposed to get rid of the other one. Would have helped me out a great deal. How we doing here? 95 damage? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. It's pretty good. This is a real good setup. Okay. Maybe we're seeing the value of this now. So far, so good. But this is really just a basic Covenant rank 25 right now with a couple of parameters that have not become relevant yet. I don't know. Like, Titan's Gratitude, I think, is pretty good. It's also another discard target, but I'm not fully convinced. Don't really think we need any of these, but making a morsel is always a little tempting, but maybe we'll wait until we get an Umbra unit that can actually really take advantage of it. Obviously, we want an Overgorger. If we can get an Overgorger, we'll be happy, but... dude, this sucks. I don't even know, to be honest with you, I don't think we can... I hate Shadow Eater. Especially because it can't actually restore HP. So if there was ever a cause for us to not really need it, I think this is one. I don't think the Morsel Master is amazing, but I think it's okay for the time being. And I would actually probably be like... Oh, we only start with 2 Train Stewards? That's not normal, right? Did we remove any? I don't think so. I mean, to be straight up with you, I think the Train Stewards are actually doing something for us right now, so I would remove a Shade Splitter instead. Let's see what we got here. Purge a unit, get an upgraded version later. To be honest with you, the Morsel Master is not great right now. We don't need him right now. It doesn't do anything for us, really, like in a big way, until we get an Umbra unit that can take advantage of it. So I think this is fine. And when it comes back, we're going to hope it comes back with some kind of serious benefit. So this is going to be 40 damage on turn 1. I think because we only have 2 proper floors of setup anyway, we might as well just set up here. And honestly, just enjoy that. And now we're probably, I was just going to say, we're kicking the problem like just 1 extra turn down the road. Still like pretty good. Alright, so that's very solid. You're already dead. Truth be told, I still think we want to stack up as many triggers as possible. on this floor, because we get the armor for sure, but we also get the extra damage from the shards that we're creating. So I definitely stand by it. What do you do? +1 damage shield? Absolutely. Not even close. You are taking 31 damage. That's like, it's messy. Please hit the right one. You did an amazing job. Thank you so much. Okay, so you're still taking 29 damage, but what is that, like 8 attunements? 9.5 attunements? That's not so bad. I'd prefer if our train steward didn't die. We could always mind collapse you for 1. You're gonna skip. I hate that. Instead of having you skip, I think we basically need that just to slow you down. That's kind of your gimme, obviously. Lifesteal? Oh, you don't do anything with it, but we can't put you there, so you know what? We'll put you... I don't know, maybe we should put you... No, because you are going to give 2 extra attacks, so that's actually fairly advantageous. So we need to find a way to get you killed if possible. Well, we're just going to play our cards. So what do you got? +4, +1. We again might as well put you in here. Then... Are we okay with you doing 2 hits to... We're totally okay with you doing 2 hits to our pyre. So you know what? You have haste, though. Oh, we hate that. Yeah, we can't get around it either. So I think we gotta slow you down. As much as I'd love doing cant on the middle floor. It's not gonna kill our pyre, but it's gonna be annoying. We don't really care to kill you. 15. If I could do enough damage to you, I wouldn't mind. But I also would prefer to kill this guy as quickly as possible. Well, we know that's a gimme. I think we just make sure you're in a bad spot. And let's see how this goes. I thought you would die. That's good. That's really good. Alright. No big problems there. We lost 6 pyre health. This is a very important moment. I disrespect Furnace Tap. I'll be the first to admit I disrespect Furnace Tap. I love Shroud Spike. I also love Shroud Mitosis if we could make it work, but we need an Umbra unit first. I like it. I really do like it. You're a very interesting choice here. I think we need a Gorge unit to work with the Morsel Master for later. Energy hasn't really been a big problem. I think that this is one where I've noticed the constraints of capacity more than anything else. And I think we should fish for one more Umbra unit if possible, because there are better ones. We can have 2 floors of morsels. Because, I mean, you're just better. I hate to say it, but... Okay, this is insanely good. Like, Split Anvil really changes the way we play this game. Both Train Stewards can now go, because we have 2 good, Umbra units. And then we definitely want to do more damage per shard. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good. If we lose an Umbra unit, it's okay for now. Spell Shield 2, I'm not willing to play around with that yet. We really want unit upgrades as soon as possible now. Okay, so you're doing 14 damage. We could put you out here. It doesn't make sense, though. I think the way that we would set this up probably is like... Well, what do you get for Incant? Armor 10? We're still gonna hit you. It's just a matter of whether we want to do it, like... I think we do. I think we do want to do it like this. Now, I want you to get powered up, but I don't want to give you any extra armor, so we're going to set it up like so. Now, we're going to have to find a way to do 95 damage to you or whatever, which is not easy. So, Crypt Builder's really good here, but we need the tank to come out. I wish it weren't so, but it is so. You're taking 15 damage next turn. It's more important to me that you have a damage shield. So our Pyre's about to get bodied. This would be a great turn to actually play some Crypt Builders. Or, alternatively, I mean, we got pretty lucky here. No morsels is a big whiff, but at least this means you only hit our pyre one time. Shroud Mitosis, you're just like, please, can I just use it for the incant? And we'll get another incant trigger going here. It's a little spicy. I'm worried for our pyre for sure. So this is an incant trigger, which is really like a hard counter to what we got going on, unfortunately. We know we're gonna play it. I guess we might as well play it right now. You're gonna need some light, but you're dying. That's a bummer. I really don't want to give you 30 armor. 28. That'll leave you at 41. So you're gonna okay. Okay. I think we have to get this going. Honestly, I know that it gives him the incant, but our win condition flows through. This is big. It flows through having a lot of shard activations down here. You're gonna do so much damage. That's gonna suck huge. You're dead no matter what. I'm letting you go. There is one exception. If we can kill you, like 2 of these units at the back, you will then live. And I'm happy to have you live, for the record. I would prefer if you didn't die. However, I'm also trying to just ensure that we can make it through this fight if possible. No morsels is killing me, dude. We really don't want to lose the lifesteal unit. If you play an X card for 4, will it give us Crypt Builder for free? Because that would allow us to play everything. It does. Okay, that's just unbelievable. So, you're dying. We need to... The only way to stop that is this, and I think it's very important. Though I wish we didn't have to. Okay, 290. Not really what you're looking for the record, so this guy is definitely dead. 31 damage, huh? This one's gonna look like a hot restart halfway through. $54? Yeah, pretty sure we're dead. We got close on that. I don't necessarily disbelieve in the power of these units, to be honest. Like I think that this archetype could still work for us. Send it again. I think we just ran into a bit of a brick wall. And honestly, the incant triggers just body us. Okay, you got the rally and incant. Because we have to incant, so when the enemy has an incant trigger, it's like, it screws the whole game up. It was a little slow, too. A stronger pyre is definitely tempting, but when we've got an incant synergy, I think the extra magic power does really good work for us. So I was just going to say, I would actually love for you to be the stat champion. I think the stat champion is going to be our best bet. Also may allow us to turn on some trials, because you're going to be strong enough to kill some enemies, which is a nice change of pace. Alright. So, probably not playing 4 spells here. Let me think about it, though. We can kill you. We don't really care if you make it, and you're not hurting us, so like... Hopefully you do get to eat, at least. You don't. Well, that's funny. And we got some magic power. Alright, well, we want to unphase, which is very doable. There we go. That's a huge whiff, but it is what it is. We don't care about the gold. The unit draft is probably much more important, to be quite frank. So we don't need to incant on the bottom floor anymore. Would we rather, like, do, I don't know, 4 damage? Honestly, I'm like, maybe we'd rather just, like, ice tornado you? You do 4 damage to our pyre, we like literally do not care. We love this, and you're dead, dude. So that's like a really good start, especially when you consider we did the trial for this. All right, so you know what we want? We want the big units, we want the tanky units, we want the overgorgers and the etceteras, etceteras. I do think the offering token with a Titan's Tooth in the deck, plus it's a free and can't trigger. I'm a pretty big fan of that. The morsels are really useful if we find it hard to summon morsels, and I think we don't necessarily. Maybe a Space Prism is actually pretty useful here. Alright, I mean, this looks mighty familiar. I still think the Guard of the Unnamed is pretty good, but we don't need you as a tank for our champion anymore, because our champion is stat heavy. This is a gimme. Bro, I really... Because he is so much better with a lifesteal. Or with a large stone, I should say. We really just want you to get... But do I really want to reroll? I can't skip. I mean, this is funny, but... You know, welcome to the show. This is a very weird one. I don't know what we're gonna tank with that, but if he dies, he dies. Although I wish I hadn't spent 100 in the process. Okay, hold the front door here. You're gonna have some haste, and we're not casting 4 spells here. We're gonna cast 3. Alright, so our pyre is about to get blown up. It's gonna be a bad day for the pyre. We need 1 more. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Bro, okay, I mean, really? This is how we have to... I mean, we can set it up here. You're not gonna die. You're gonna get kicked around a little bit. I don't know. This is very strange. I don't feel confident at all. You have haste? Okay, well, we need you up here then. At least they're only gonna do like 1 damage each, so it's way less bad than it originally appeared. We don't need more incants here. We definitely want you to heal though. If we could somehow put units in front of you, we can get the lifesteal triggers to work here. That's a bad whiff, but whatever. We take 1 damage on our pyre. Not a big deal. The sweep is pretty dangerous here. And by pretty dangerous, I mean like insanely bad. Alright, so we're safe, actually. Turns out we're completely safe. Could have surprised, could have fooled me. I definitely enjoy Crypt Builder in this context, yes. I think we're fine as we stand. This is the 3 best units. It's just the 3 best units. So there is a dream floor. Lodestone, champ, tank. It takes 5 space, but every incant is just beautiful. But then you're like a beautiful and when you die, you're done. And you're going to die. You are out. You are insanely good. And we have a tank to back you up, but it's weird because the tank can't go in front. And then you're just like the best tank. This is a nightmare, dude. This is guaranteed to cause opinions. We, in my opinion, right now, suffer the most because of a lack of damage. Overgorger solves that permanently. Past a certain point. Past a certain point. We definitely don't need another Stygian unit. I'll just admit, I got no clue how we're going to set up our floor. I think removing buffs is actually probably better than a little extra pyre health for now. But, I don't know. You know what? This is exactly what I want. I do want a Purger unit. Do I? Now I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe I don't. I'd rather like purge maybe a Shade Splitter and get a sweet Shade Splitter later. I'm like, he's so stoked to get it. I'm like, dude, it's trash. It's a basic card. Alright. So, our game plan is now feed morsels to Overgorger. If we can do that... Hey, what a surprise. There's enemies I ain't ever seen before. So I think I was wrong before. I think this is how we should set it up. I think we should set it up with you down here, but then with the incant unit in front. And I think not doing that earlier was actually like a pretty major mistake. So we need 2 more spells to be played. This is like, if he dies, he's gone. So you gotta be mighty careful here. We need an Overgorger. So we're not gonna play Ice Tornado. This will be an incant trigger for 1, which is awesome. But then also, I mean, the other thing is we gotta keep you alive, which is harder than you might think, to be honest. Rather than summon a Train Steward, I think we'd much rather get an extra incant to get our champ off the line. Now we can't place you here or here, so we'll place you here. Get a good lesson about order of operations. So our Pyre's not going to take very much damage. We don't sweat that too much. We wouldn't mind something like a morsel in front just to take a hit here, because this is looking a little dangerous. But either way, we know we like this. You'll dump that. It's you that's the danger here. So, are we okay with you taking 10 damage? We are. The problem is if you die, I'm going to be very frustrated. So I don't mind that. I'm going to make sure you don't make it up a floor. And then no matter what, we have to find a way to protect the Overgorger long term. Damage shield is a big play. That's a good one. And then we love that. And dude, this is actually sick. We get another incant off of this. Even if it goes nowhere, that's fine. That's guaranteed to get something. That's great news. And we get the extra magic power. I would say both capacity and energy are important right now. More important than draw. It's just a matter of where you play this. I honestly think it kind of works better up here, so we can get a tank for you if necessary. Or at least 2 morsels. That's something. Okay, we're on the final wave. So Overgorger is gonna live. We also want you to eat as much as possible, as fast as possible. Look at that. Okay, dude. Oh, our tank's gonna die. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Well, we did spend 100 to upgrade them, so that's pretty bad. Well, you know what? Now we can fit a Frostbite tank. I always like this. And I think we'll take this and we'll take energy. Nah, this is a tough one, but we really need a tank more than anything else. Crucible Warden is like kind of a tank. I don't know. I'm like, Morsel Master works well with the Overgorger. But I kind of... Look, don't shoot the messenger. I just don't see it right now. I don't want to wait longer to draw what we need to draw. And again, our champ, we should kind of just let our... If our champ dies, they die, which is good. Because they should tank for other units if possible. Okay. Fine. So, Overgorger is the king. It's not that great right now. We need to get it there. And I really think the best way to get it there... A large stone, I was just going to say, which is definitely going to show up, would be pretty sick. Otherwise, we need like a hard stone. I could give you damage shield 3. Just to keep you alive. Maybe it's worth it, because if we lose you early, we're going to be super disappointed. And then in terms of purging, definitely some of the... I must have purged Train Stewards before, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Alright. Well, we had a good reason for everything that we did. We have to get 12 stacks to remove phased. Or we could go with this. I mean, we cast... We're casting spells, but 12 is like... That's really hard. I feel like we're better off kind of trying to split the difference here. Because we need something to do damage early. Every unit that we have right now takes like a spool up time in order to start doing damage. So it's not perfect. I'll tell you though, I'm like, maybe this time I think we only set 2 floors. We know we want this. We know we want this. We don't need to put somebody down there just to get hit. Although they are gonna get. Well, but I'm gonna hit you next turn probably. Okay, so I'm okay with this for the time being. So I was thinking like maybe 2-2. I was thinking maybe we just don't play this. But I'm running the numbers, okay? I'll admit I'm running the numbers. I think we play it. I think we give it Trash Morsel, and then we let you go to town. And we want more incants, because you do extra damage to the front unit. So if you kill the front unit, I don't know, maybe that is how it works, but here we are. Anyway, as long as you don't die, we're frosty. Oh, 2 train stewards died, and that's why they were removed from our deck. So, dude, you know what? Get these train stewards out of here as soon as possible. I would prefer if you didn't do damage to our pyre. But is it the most important thing right now? I would say no. I think more incants is better. So we want this gone so it doesn't get discarded. Oh, but this is pretty good too. But we really want a better version of that in our deck as soon as possible. It completely worked. That's just like a miracle. Now our train steward's gonna live, but they're gonna live long enough to die later. So our pyre took some damage. We knew it was coming. Well, Antumbra Assault, not very good anymore. Get the incant, of course. You get pogged. I'm honestly like, I'm gonna put you out here. I know that means you're not gorging. But I think it's worth it. I don't know. It's frickin' wonky. I'm not gonna suggest there's no wonkiness associated here, but it's kind of like this is a new paradigm for me. I'm doing my best. I'm genuinely doing my best. How you doing? I really don't want you to die. On the other hand, maybe it's okay if the Overgorger lives longer. So we don't really care about a Titan's Tooth here. 8 damage, 27. We kind of care about a Titan's Tooth here. More so than down. Yeah, more so than down there, because that'll get us 2 kills. Okay. We lost the incant triggers, but that's fine. Again, if our champion dies, they come back. I mean, what am I thinking? Like, of course this guy's going to die. You think he's going to kill the boss by himself? Of course he's gone. And we're happy to see you leave, too. Quite frankly. See you later. Or never, for that matter. Either one would be fine. Let's see if we can get you killed. Maybe not. Now, again, I want to be clear. Our champ, the longer they live, the better it is. But if they die, it doesn't matter too much. As long... Oh, but the Overgorger's in a fricky position, dude. You blocking a hit matters a lot. Being able to use both of these would also help out. Okay. You're taking 3 damage. That's pretty bad. $140. 188. Well, it looks like we're toasted. We did get you. The loss of every unit in our deck, except for our champion, is going to be a little bit spicy. So if we can get a unit... Oh, look, dude, it's... Shade Splitter. Add a copy to your discard pile. Are you insane? Under no circumstances. Okay, so we have no unit coming up. Maybe a relic could help us. I mean, honestly, I think jack strips could be pretty sick. All right, well, it's pretty simple. We just need our champ to pop off to like an unbelievable degree. I think a holdover offering token is pretty good here. And then an Antumbra Assault that can actually do something, and maybe some Ice Tornadoes that are a little on the cheaper side. So realistically, we should have no way to survive. But if we do somehow live, the next step for us is stat champion. Like, we just need a champ that's amazing. So I honestly am also running it through in my head, and I'm like, maybe... maybe one of the actual, like, better plays for us... What are you dying to, dude? Oh, because we have the action trigger. Maybe one of the better plays for us is to actually play the melting with the champion that comes back from the dead. Not saying it's going to be a perfect solution, but... I think it's probably better than what we got going on right here. I want the money, but we can't let this unit get too far ahead, right? You have a sweep, so we got to be very careful about that. Do we even have any other units? We have no other units. Honestly, just get out there and get killed then. And we want as many incants as possible to get some damage done here. So how much damage are you doing? You're priority number 1. We're not gonna Ice Tornado you because you're just you. So probably 7 damage and 10 frostbite. That's enough to kill you. Just barely. Then it's pretty simple. We knew we needed that. We need the stats on you because you're our only unit. You're dying, which is hilarious. And you're taking a ton of damage. I can't believe somehow we're out here, like, doing something. We can Antumbra Assault you. That's so stupid. It doesn't kill you. Well, it does kill you. It's just not the way I drew it up. I don't care if you kill the morsel. Who cares, dude? Alright. You're dying, but not before we get to do 97 damage to you. Sorry, 103 damage to you. You're gonna block 1 hit, huh? That's actually enough to, I think, give us 1 more attack. Well, it's gonna be a spell-focused finish here, for sure. Definitely you'll be going with the Titan's Tooth on this one. It makes a difference. I don't know, we'll stall you for a second. It's not what we were looking to draw, I'll tell you that much. I think we're super dead. But you know what? We really gave our all to this one. I'm not too disappointed. We tried our best. I'm pretty pleased with our inventiveness. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. We're going to keep our thinking cap on, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for the support.